Welcome to Happiest Places Home, the interior design channel. If you're into interior design, you'll love it here. In this video, I have some really fun Pottery Barn dupes for you. Some are holiday related, some are regular all year round accessories, and I have one piece of furniture, and I think that dupe is really going to impress you. So after that, we're visiting the store's World Market, which is great at the holiday season. I mean, all year round, but it has such fun, unusual holiday things. And then we're also going to go to IKEA, which I go to IKEA every holiday season. And there's one thing in particular that I pick up every year for sure. And I'll share that with you. I'm also going to show you some new items that I found at QVC. I found a dupe for this brass stag reindeer at Pottery Barn, but let's explore the original first. It's very beautiful. It's $129 and 15 inches tall, so this is a large piece. One of the reasons why I decided to do a dupe on this one is normally when I find dupes for something, it's because I like it in the first place. I really do. And I like the idea that this is somewhere between their modern looking reindeer and the more sculpted version. It's in between. And I like the position of the reindeer. So I thought it was really pretty. And plus the fact that it's made of brass. So that's a high quality material, of course. Now let's take a look at my dupe. I found this pair of reindeer statues on Amazon. So virtually each one is under $15. And I love the sitting position of the deer where it is similar to Pottery Barn. But one of the things that I'm drawn to here with the Amazon product is that curve on those antlers. That's a really pretty touch. I suppose it makes it easier to attach them for the maker. I don't know. Now these are made of resin versus brass on Pottery Barn. That's why the Pottery Barn version, I'm sure, is more expensive. So does that make the Pottery Barn worth it? Probably. However, I'll say if you don't have the budget, you can get a similar look with these, of course. So I can't apologize for that price. It's wonderful. And the taller one's 11 inches tall. So it's a large piece similar to the Pottery Barn. And it would definitely be striking having the pair. These hurricanes were featured in my 2025 Pottery Barn Holiday Lookbook, and one of you viewers commented that I should definitely try to find a dupe for them, and I thought that as well. So I've been working on it, and I found a pretty good option for you. But let's focus on these first. If you did, they have 3 sizes. The smallest one is a votive, so pretty tiny, but the others are big. And if you bought all 3 of those, which they look very nice in a trio, they're $277 total. So very pretty, maybe worth it, but I found you something if you don't have that budget. In this comparison photo, the Pottery Barn is showing their taper candle holder hurricane, which is so nice. And that's a lower price than the pillar candle, but I feel like that's a great deal as well. But let's focus on the hurricanes again. And I found 2 different ones. The first one is on Amazon. It's a set of 3 for $22. They are smaller than the Pottery Barn and they don't have that gold rim at the top, but I did think that the bottom looks a lot like it. I decided to not put a price on this second dupe because the price has fluctuated. While I was recording this, I had to take the slides and change them. Now, it started out at $19.99, and now one of the colors is up to $28 because this also comes in black in addition to the gold. So I'll link it, and whatever price is best at Amazon or Walmart, and if you love it, I guess you could take advantage and make some decisions once you see it. But like I said, I picked it out originally because for the 2, it was $19.99. And a little more than that wouldn't hurt us, I suppose, if you really like it. I found a dupe for this vase because I think it's beautiful. It's 12 inches high, $129. There is a larger one that's more expensive, but I think this one is definitely the prettiest. And they've paired this vase a few times with very bright red poinsettias. So I think it would be nice for you to do that with my dupe. I actually have one dupe, but then one kind of lookalike that you might get excited about. So let's get started on both. The first alternative that I have for you is from Michael's. It's just a touch shorter, and the green is a little darker, but I think it's really pretty, and I love that it has handles. Now, the detail on the handles isn't as nice as the Pottery Barn, I'm sure you would agree, but for the price, and if you didn't have the budget for that pretty Pottery Barn version, this would be a nice alternative. But I have one that's even less pricey. Ready? I spotted this at IKEA, and we are going to IKEA later in the video, and you'll be able to see it on video, but I thought I would show it this way. So this is a similar color to the Pottery Barn, although it's fluted, and it really is a planter, but it's indoor-outdoor, and it's 6 inches tall for the $9.99, and then $6.99 for the 4 3/4 inch tall. It might be nice to get both. And I noticed that with IKEA, if you're buying anything on the website, you have to spend $35 to even purchase certain items, especially the holiday item. Lower priced items, you have to spend $35. I can't link these, so this would either be a trip to IKEA or a search. I really like the dupe that I came up with for the coffee table that you're looking at. So this is a new product at Pottery Barn, and the whole line of items that this is associated with is new. It's called the parquet, and you can see why, because there is a lot of detail in the wood and on the top. And I think it's a really pretty and interesting kind of use of the wood, and it's a very nice color. So if this color makes sense in your home, I think it's a beautiful table, it's very wide, and it's $1,000, $999. Now let's take a look at my alternative. You'll save quite a bit with this table at Target, and the top looks so similar. I was very excited about this one. Now you can see that the inside doesn't look quite as similar because there is a separated kind of cube on the Target version. And the Target version lifts up. It's a lift top coffee table, which is convenient to work on with your laptop or your tablet on a stand, etc. But I thought this was a really fun find. Now the Target, as far as I can remember off the top of my head, and I'm sorry that I didn't just check, but I think it's 48 inches wide. So it's not as wide as the Pottery Barn, but I do think it's a really fun discovery here. I'm focused on the tree-shaped pillow that's in the corner of the sectional there, and it's possible that that was released in 2024 at the holidays, but it also could be new for this year, and I'm sorry that I don't know. Normally I remember every single piece, but I wasn't sure if this one was out last year, and it doesn't matter, you don't have to comment and tell me, because we found a dupe for it anyway. And I've been seeing a few tree-shaped pillows that have embroidery and that are green in the background, so I thought I better do it. I found this tree-shaped pillow at Nordstrom Rack versus the Pottery Barn, and this is about $25 versus the $79.50. So I like the embroidery on the Pottery Barn better, but I do think this is perhaps a little more festive. It was by a brand I didn't recognize, so I didn't put the brand, but it's a decent brand. It's from Nordstrom Rack. Now, I found another one, and it's at World Market, And we're going to World Market right after I share this dupe, but I'm going to show it to you this way. Ready? I'm wearing a down vest in my own house while I'm recording this because it's just so cold out and we don't have the heat on yet. So if you hear funny noises in the background, it's my stupid vest moving around. All right, so at World Market, I spotted this and didn't get it on camera. And we're about to go to World Market. But let me show you this pillow in this fashion. It has a pink accent rather than the more holiday colors that the Nordstrom Rack version did. And Nordstrom Rack was $25, this one's $39.99, but it's still a great price versus the Pottery Barn at $79.50. I really focused on the holiday merchandise on this shopping trip to World Market, and I spotted at World Market one of my favorite garlands of the season. Aside from the one that I showed you from Pottery Barn in my lookbook as one of my favorites. This one has such a variety and color and so many different items in it. It has magnolia, I think eucalyptus, there's a pine in there, but 2 colors of pine, and berries. And it's 2 colors of berries. It just is very interesting garland. So it's $39.99 for that one. Here's a coordinating wreath with those same accoutrements. And this one's $44.99. I like this one even better. I love the colors of the fruit on this. Also $44.99. Seeing a lot of gold bow tree toppers out there. This was one of the nicer ones. I like how it almost looks a touch aged, and that's $24.99. This tree topper looks very Pottery Barn to me. It's $24.99, a woven angel, and it's the woven part that's making it look Pottery Barn to me. It's funny how that's their look, but then at the holidays, they don't really do their look a lot of the time. It's a classic, so I admired it. It's $19.99. This is like the It's a Small World of Advents, and it would match a lot of those fun village looking pieces that they had that were laser cut wood last year, but I thought this was really cute. It's $39.99. And then another piece that is laser cut is this ski resort. You've probably noticed I'm picking a lot of ski things, even though I don't ski. I don't know why, but that one's $39.99 as well. There are 2 white starburst trees, a 6-foot and a 4-foot. The taller one is, I think, $159, while that shorter one is $139.99. But I thought these were cute because of the starburst accent on the tips. I'm sure you can see it there. So that would be a pretty light in the evening. And then they have these star pendants. So it's like the type at IKEA, where you open this up and attach the ends and it becomes one of those Swedish looking holiday stars. I love these. I just never think that I want to take the time to hang it. But I love that they have so many unique colors here at World Market. The burgundy and the green, and you're supposed to put a light inside of it. Each of those are $16.99. And have you ever tried Tony's chocolate? It is wonderful. And the first time I ever tried it actually was buying a bar at World Market. But they have this really fun advent calendar, and you can be guaranteed that your chocolate would be delicious every day. And it's $39.99 for that one. There's also a gourmet popcorn advent calendar. It was actually my niece that was most drawn to this one, and that's $46.99. Here's World Market's version of the icon glasses, and they have all kinds of different patterns for the holidays, and each one is $12.99. This teapot has a woodland theme, but also the bright red and white that looks kind of Swedish. And you can drink the tea in the cup that's beneath it. It'll keep it warm, and that's $29.99. It would be a very cute gift. And then these mugs are something that looked to me like a pattern that Pottery Barn has for dinnerware, and those are $9.99 each. These large artsy cups are very in style, and this one was my favorite. It's $12.99. This with the green in the background and the red and the blue. This compote is really interesting. I believe that's supposed to be a Lord a-leaping right out of it, and I think this would be a great candy dish. It's $19.99. These candles caught my eye. They do remind me of the Anthropology candles from last year, and also the Crate and Barrel Venezia candles that I loved last year. And those were offered in red and green at the holidays. So it's nice that they have them here. Each one is $15.99 here, and you could just go ahead and get 2 red or 2 of the green, and that green leans toward teal. These festive holiday lighters are $19.99 each, and as you can see, they're rechargeable. I think I mentioned we were shopping with the family in the store, and there were a bunch of us roaming around, and my husband and I both happened to pick up the same thing. They are 2 variations on holiday crackers. One is where you have to guess who you are, and then this one is Christmas bingo. So that would make it even more fun than crackers already are. And the price is $19.99 for each. The holidays are fast approaching, and as that happens, our schedules get so busy. And sometimes decorating your home for the holidays is an afterthought. And if you're watching my videos, maybe it's not, but maybe it is because you needed some sort of advice. And I thought we would sit down for a quick design discussion. Number 1, because it's fun to talk about design, but number 2, because I think it can help keep a lot of things on track. And it's not revolutionary advice, but it is something to think about in all of the things that you do while you're decorating. So the first thing I wanted to talk to you about is your holiday color palette. So we all have cherished items already that we have in storage. And then you have some things on your list to buy or things that you already bought for 2025. And when you have all of that out and in front of you, because it is very important to have it all in front of you so that you can assess what you have and what's needed. When it's all there, it's easier to see what direction your color palette is taking, whether you wanted it to or not. So if you have a color palette in mind, then editing is important, and acquiring new things to match are important, no matter how expensive or inexpensive they are. If you do have cherished designed items and they don't follow some sort of a color story, then they probably won't look as good in a holiday home as they could. So once you establish that, and once you edit, and once you add, then that makes everything all of a sudden work. You know that we had our design discussion a few moments ago, and I definitely wanted to remind all of us of that as we visit IKEA. Now, my husband and I both got footage, so some of the things will look like we're covering the same areas, but it's just double coverage sometimes. And they don't have a ton of holiday, they have a lot of holiday inventory, but it's not like it's the whole store. So if you see repeats, apologies, but also great. And there's me in the store with him filming. But I wanted to point out, if your color palette is red and green, well, aren't you in luck at most retailers? And a super bright red and bright green are in at IKEA this year. And I think you can typically find the bright red, but not as much of this bright green. And some of the pieces look like almost Italian in theme, but then obviously that's not what they are. Like that, for example, what's in the background there, I think was a rug or a tablecloth. All right, this is the item that I go to IKEA for every year. It's their advent calendar. It is so affordable They have delicious chocolate, I promise you. If you're ever in an IKEA and it's not the holidays, grab a candy bar. I mean, if your health can handle it. But they're delicious. So I get these every year, except last year we ended up getting them at Lidl because we didn't make it to IKEA. But I would have wanted one. And in those, you typically get a Swedish meatball dinner gift card, and you get a gift card to go to the store. And Dave doesn't eat them, so that means we get one dinner out of the deal, and then the other one goes to waste. Or we've given it to people in the store, which is a weird interaction. All right, so this was just strolling around, seeing all of the holiday inventory. It doesn't mean that all of it is my favorite, but these choir mats were. I love the bow print one. I think they're very affordable. They're so big in person. And when I looked at them online, it just says it's like 2.5 feet wide or something like that, but it just looks so much bigger in person, I'm telling you. And the one looks like a circus print almost, but that's supposed to be peppermint, obviously. All right, so I'm not sure which of us took this, but there are a lot of fun, silly things at IKEA at the holidays. The one that's super stylish is that accordion, or you could call it honeycomb paper tree, because those are really in right now. And the dark green was beautiful. I also think the dark green is gorgeous on this chair. It's called the Strand Mom. And that chair's been around for a few years, but they keep changing the colors. But this is a nice one. Do you agree? I like that they put it there with the holiday thing. Smart. And this cookie tin is fantastic. That's just the tin without food in it, I believe. And I did like those fluted jars. So if you do jar anything, which I wish I was that type of person, I'm not, that would be great. And then I do like that candle holder, but I didn't end up buying anything. And that was one of my main points. I couldn't because it didn't match my color palette. As it turns out, I may end up using red in our bedroom because we're doing another tree decorating video and it will be for a tree there. And I think I might mix red into that room. So maybe I regret at this point buying a pillow cover that I saw that I liked. And I'm going to point that out at the end. You've seen it already, but I don't know if you spotted it. They always have, a few fun ornaments, and they have beautiful wrapping paper. They have toys for kids. There's the beehive tree. And I like the shape of that one. It's really unusual. The smaller is $4.99 and the taller one's $6.99. Yeah. And the other thing that's really fun to get, oh, there's my pillow. The one with the dark red and the bright red. Yeah, this was me filming and I put my finger in it. That one was not worth looking at. That's why I threw it back up there. It's a picture of a abstract woman. It's just weird. Sorry, IKEA. I love IKEA. But anyway, that striped pillow was the one I liked. That and the pinstripe red are both $7.99 for the pillow cover, which I thought was a great deal. As long as you have your color palette together and the arranging is going swimmingly, sometimes if you feel like it's not decorated enough, there are a few other things that can be important components. Votive candles can help, pillar candles and taper candles, whether they're real or aren't real. Candlelight can just change everything. So that obviously doesn't have to be holiday oriented. If you already have it, putting more out and spacing them in creative ways can just solve any sort of design problem. The other thing is switching out your cushions. And if you don't have a lot of room to store other cushions like me, just having cushion covers can help. Your color palette, even when it comes down to the pillows, are important. And this does match mine, as you've seen from my artwork and the things around the house. And the ivory matches, and then a contrast of black here and there helps. So taking that right down to the pillow cover, and pillow covers can be so inexpensive at so many retailers, and I've found some favorites already for you this season, and you've seen them. So that's not what this is about. Just saying, color palette, candlelight, pillow covers, and then getting some sort of cozy blankets. They don't have to be holiday printed. That is not important. If they are, great. And if they match the color palette, great. But just getting something that perhaps is going to soften the edges for the holidays can help a lot. Somebody's moving in their dream here. She's just the cutest thing, isn't she? Here's a glimpse at the holiday version of my sofa. You can see with the switch up of the cushion covers that it does make it look a little more holiday festive. And I really love my sofa. It was a gift to me from a company called A Living Home. It's called their Thomas Modern sofa, and it's $1,500 and change. And it's a pretty big sofa considering that price. Very cozy. I love the cream colored velvet. It does look very uptown to me. I hope you like it. But here's a look at all of the other holiday decorating in my living room. And there's Lady. And as we browse around checking out the holiday decor, A Living Home did ask me to mention that they have a few new things coming. And one of them you'll be able to see on their website. I will link it. It's the Cloud Cube modular sofa, and you can recline on that. But they also have a new standing desk coming. You won't be able to see that yet. It's not there yet. But they just wanted me to give you that alert because they were very excited about those, plus a bed that is adjustable, and it's called the Serene. If you do like contemporary style furniture, they do have so many things to take a peek at. Beautiful coffee tables. They have some console tables like mine, but different colors. And just a lot of reclining furniture. They have real leather furniture, just so many things. Thank you very much to A Living Home for this beautiful sofa, and I'm so grateful for it. Now, what do you think of my holiday accents here? The trio of candles used to be on my console that's underneath of, well, I think it's really supposed to be called a TV stand. But obviously I'm not using it as a TV stand. It's our mantle. But those were over there. I moved them so that I could add some artwork and some different things. I do have some vintage looking books, which probably doesn't suit my style, but I did want to use those bookends. I recently painted them and made them look a little more fun. And the tree is still looking cute. I'm very happy with the way that it turned out. I think it looks even more Christmassy in here now that we have the other things kind of sprinkled around. And you see that I was able to use the ribbon that's on the tree and placed it on the bell. My bow there might be a little too big in a way. That's the look at the Christmas version of my living room. I had an exciting new delivery this week. I mentioned it at the end of last week's video that I was expecting something that might change my kitchen design, and it arrived. I love it, and I'm going to show you now. So QVC contacted me, and that is a fantastic brand. Very excited about that. And they offered to send me 2 holiday items and had me browse through. There were so many things to check out, and I almost chose other things, but then I thought, I really need this for my kitchen. I need this impact here. And it's the Bethlehem Lights 3.5-foot tree. And it has so many lighting functions. I'm going to show you my favorite function first, okay? This is the sparkling function. So you can see how the lights dim and come back up in different areas at different times, which is very unique because I feel like a lot of trees have just an on-off in certain areas. And I like this because it does look like it's glistening. And then there are different colors on this tree, and I'll show you the light shows so that you can see them. There's also a function where, as you can see right now, it dims the light to whichever level you want it, and I tend to like them at the lowest level. There is the multicolor, which is your traditional, but then there's a pastel multicolor, which is another thing that I feel like you don't see very often. And I thought these would work very well if you had a holiday color palette that had more pastels in it, or if your walls were painted a light shade of one of these colors. A lot of people are doing that very pale coral at the moment, or a very pale mint. So if that's the case, that could work, but it doesn't have to be for that reason. I just thought it was so different. And this is the light show. So it's taking you through a bunch of different functions. But I would say at a cocktail party or something, the light show could be fun to have constant changes. But I think on the day-to-day, I would probably do that sparkle because it's so special. I really love this. So it's very realistic looking. The needles on this are so similar to the tree that I have in the living room, and it all blends perfectly. And when I say that, that means it looks very realistic. Now, the minute I got this, I wanted to start decorating, so perhaps I should have shown you the tree with nothing on it, but I couldn't wait, I'm sorry. It looks like it's dripping in gold with these icicle ornaments, and I'll tag those as well. Very inexpensive. But then I also put the bow on top so that it would match the wreath that's hanging on the pantry. And I hope you like that combination. I do. And one of the things that would be so fun on a tree like this is to put those charcuterie ornaments or the variety of cocktail ornaments that we've seen in the past. I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about if you've watched my channel for a while. But I do have a lot of food ornaments. I felt like they were a bit big for this. And once I put those icicle lights on it, I thought, I think I might want to keep it like this because it looks very elegant this way. I will try to find a tree collar for this, but in the meantime, I wrapped one of my bows around the bottom. But I wonder if you love this the way that I do. I sure do. And let me tell you the price. It's $190. If you wanted to check it out, I have it tagged, so it's nice and simple. And they do have their own video from QVC featuring this tree, so you could see more of it if you wanted to. And I wanted to tell you, so one of the other things about the holidays is the stress of not being organized. And I actually selected another item that is an ornament storage box. And I'm going to go put that together. And then I'll join you in a moment and show you what it looks like. And I'm very excited about that one too. I put the ornament storage boxes together. There are two. This is the smaller of the two. And I'm going to open it to show you what's going on inside, which I'm sure isn't a surprise. But there is ornament storage on this layer. And then we can take this layer out. And then we have this. So here's the larger, and I'll show you, it has a part where you can put, you know, a paper inside to explain which set of ornaments these are. And we've got the same thing going on in here, just bigger ornament storage. These were gifts from QVC, so thank you very much, QVC, for being a part of this video. The icicle ornaments are from Target Wonder Shop, $3 for 12. I did get 2 dozen. And then I found more Starburst ornaments at Target. These are only $3, a lower price than the at-home version. If you liked any of the decor items in my video, I will tag and or link them, and that can be found in the description box. So thank you so much for watching. I loved having you here, and I'll be back next Saturday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time.